This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Right. I got too much shit on my mind, Manny. I'm sorry, bro. Anyway, so yeah, he knows because I sent him a text now. I'm just my brain is fried, bro. And Frankie Fresco's asking me, thank you for the love in the super chat, Big O. What's your least favorite Cuban food? Yuca. All right, there you go. Yuca.
Yeah, I'm not a yuca fan either, brother.
No. They always serve yuca at on the
Carne
Christmas.
puerco. Yeah, with carne puerco and the black beans and rice. Yep. Always.
And so they have to make for me oh damn it, what's the name of this thing that I eat that
tostones?
I don't eat. No, not the tostones. No, not the tostones. It's a little bit more like it's not as common, but I love it instead of the yuca. Damn it, I'll remember now in a minute when we get to it. But thank you, Frankie. But yeah, yuca, I have no interest in whatsoever. Damn it, I forgot what it is that I make the old lady make for me every damn year twice. Because I'm the only one that really likes it. Or well, everybody else likes it, but it's not common as much. Damn it, what is it? Oh well. Anyway, all right, Manny. I just did a Lenny lockdown segment where I gave my pick, and yeah, I don't get it, bro. When we talked about this on the gridiron and everything, nothing's changed this week. They still Vegas. What do they know that we don't know with all the injuries and that terrible secondary up against one of the best passing offenses in college football?
I think they're probably thinking of the Notre Dame game, right? Because Notre Dame was pretty bad before they played North Carolina, and then they ended up sort of pulling the upset. So maybe they're saying Miami has too much talent. They're kind of like Notre Dame. They're going to do the same thing Notre Dame did, rebound and play well. But I just think from an X's and O's perspective, like how do you ignore what's happened the last 3 years against North Carolina? Did we forget 62-26? Did we forget 45 points last year on the road in Chapel Hill? These guys present lots of headaches. And I would venture to say that as good as Sam Howell was for North Carolina, this Drake May kid is better. Yes. To me, he looks like a number 1 overall pick in 3 years. Like he looks like that guy. 6'5", runs like Josh Allen, right? Creates plays with his legs.
No, it's scary. I'm scared. I'm terrified of tomorrow, dude. Like, really, I'm with the secondary the way they've played.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're stopping these people. I really do not know. And it's not like the front seven can get after the quarterback at will, too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's another thing that I'm concerned about. So if you can't get after the quarterback and you're going to stir up your secondary, oh my God.
And how crappy are Miami's linebackers consistently, like in terms of just bringing the quarterback down when the quarterback decides to tuck it and run, staying in their lanes, right? Because I think they can create pressure. I think
Boniato.
Boniatos. That's a great. I love boniatos, but I eat that as a dessert, brother. Boniato, delicious.
That's right, because it's sweet, right? And so while everybody's eating yuca, I have boniato. So
that's good. It's good stuff. Yeah.
I love boniato. Go ahead.
But
what is boniato in English?
I think isn't it like it's not pumpkin. What's the word I'm looking for? Sweet potato, something like that?
But it's not.
Is it made out of sweet potato? I think it's
kind of like a sweet potato, isn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody help us out there that crosses over Spanish English.
A little more Cuban than the two of us. Yeah.
yeah. Somebody exactly. Yes. Describe to us exactly what boniato is, so our Anglo friends know what the hell we're talking about. What the hell are these people talking? What's boniato, man? What are they talking about?
Oh, brother.
So yes, terrified.
I'm terrified too, bro. And you know what's so pivotal, man? Like you start reading what's happening around the rest of the country, right? Like SMU's having these players sit the rest of the season, right? And say, well, we're going to get in the transfer portal at the end of the year. North Carolina, actually Notre Dame, a kid who had 2 sacks against Cal a couple of weeks ago, one of their defensive tackles is like, no, I'm transferring. I'm sitting out. So like, this is a critical point in that respect where you can lose the locker room for the rest of the year. I mean, we know what mental midgets Miami has.
By the way, you're talking about Rhett Lashley. You're talking about Rhett Lashley.
Yeah, I'm talking about Rhett Lashley, the same Rhett Lashley who's at SMU. Yeah,
because he got his ass kicked. all that.
Yeah, like anything like this. This is the new world of college football, man. Kids will quit on you and they don't give a damn, and they'll hey, I'm leaving. And that's what this has created, this new world of being able to transfer and go wherever you want. And so that's why this game is so pivotal, because I really do feel, and I said this last week right after the Middle Tennessee State loss, that if Miami can't get its act together right away here this week, I mean, this could be a 4-8, 5-7 type season.
Wow. Holy moly. And that's and listen,
I'm not trying to be over dramatic. I'm
with you. I'm watching, I'm seeing the same thing you are on the field, my brother. I mean, it's just, it is what it is, and I'm patient with Mario, but this is going to be terrible for Mario. If he has a terrible season like this, remember I told you, I asked you in the gridiron, is this kind of like his Jimmy Johnson, Maryland moment and all that all hell broke loose on Jimmy by the end of that season? Same kind of thing is going to happen with Mario, that people are going to say, oh, wait a minute, man, all this money and all that. And it's not going to be fair to the man. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be one of the ones. I'm not going to be one of the ones calling for his head or anything, but I know how ugly it's going to get if we get to this point, because people have zero patience, dude. Zero.
Yeah. And I think in today's world, the kids unfortunately are sort of
the worst.
They're like they're just not as mentally strong as they used to be. Like the commitment to the coach and all that kind of stuff. And look, last year Miami showed Manny Diaz faith, right? The players did during that 5-1 stretch down the final 6 games. It was an entirely different environment. You had a new quarterback to rally around, right? The guy who had talked crap before they upset NC State. He goes on the road, he beats Pittsburgh. Like, there was a feeling of excitement around this team last year. Right now, you could hit a low, and it kind of becomes like, well, Tyler's not playing well. Now we got to rely on Jake Garcia. We don't like this off. All these other excuses for them to just quit and not, be engaged the way that they need to be. So, very important game on Saturday. Cannot stress it enough.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, injury-wise, is there any good news? Have you heard going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, Mario on Wednesday dropped the information that his running backs, both Jalen Knighton and Henry Perez Jr., who's Miami's leading rusher, the 2 leading rushers from the last 2 seasons, they practiced and they're expected to play. So that's great news. You were basically down to 1 scholarship running back. Mario played that close to the vest all week and basically decided to release it Wednesday. My thing is, how healthy are they? Right? Like, we really don't know, how they're going to be used. And then obviously Zion Nelson is going to be a game time decision. I think Miami needs him. I know there's a lot of critics out there who say, oh, Zion's not that good. How'd the offensive line do 2 weeks ago against Middle Tennessee State without Zion in there to take up some snaps? So,
for me, Zion just needs to stay healthy is what I would.
Right.
I would be more. That's the only concern I have with Zion. It's not that he's not good enough. It's that he needs to find a way to stay on the damn field is what he needs to do. At least that's what I've seen from him so far. Overall, he's still a young and developing player. I don't have a problem with that. Just injury history is the only thing I'd be concerned with that guy.
And then on the defensive side, Tyreek Stevenson and Daryl Porter, who were both knocked out in the Middle Tennessee games, also practiced. But again, we've talked about this here on the show. Stevenson been dealing with injuries his whole career. Feels like he's always banged up, always limited by something. So we'll see. He's their number 1 cornerback with no doubt in my mind. Even when he gets beat deep occasionally, I think he is the guy pound for pound, their most experienced and best cornerback at the moment. And then Porter, again, he was a starter at West Virginia last year. He's kind of slowly come along. He's starting to play a little bit more here. But they need both of those guys to be on their A game against this North Carolina passing offense. They can't be, injured and limited and walking around there slowly. So it's, hey, this is a pivotal point in the season. Let's see what they show us.
Any news on the recruiting side, bad or good? Because I'm worried a little bit about some of the bad news affecting them.
Yeah, well, Gabby Urrutia, who writes for 247 and does a great job covering recruiting, and he's also a part of your broadcast tomorrow, right?
Yep. Gabby's part of every pregame broadcast, and he'll be joining us also during the week too. So it's a good addition to the platform with you.
Yeah, he reported there's going to be several commitments here. A lot of the IMG Academy kids from over in Bradenton will be coming over to watch this game in person. Vane, the kid out of Miami Central, the defensive lineman, who I've written about in the past, he will be in attendance as well. He's a big target for Miami in terms of recruiting the defensive line position. So you're going to have some recruits in the house for this ACC opener. And I hope they show up and play well, and there's not like a nasty scene of booing and fans cussing tomorrow, because that would not be good for those kids that have to experience that in person. But hey, maybe this is what they got to get ready to see what it means to be a Hurricane, right? To deal with that kind of pressure and that kind of expectation.
Crazy stuff. What's your prediction for tomorrow?
I said 42-28 North Carolina. I think Miami will show up with effort. I think Tyler Van Dyke in the offense will score some points. I think North Carolina has flaws on defense. The problem is, I just think North Carolina is a better team. And Brown, for whatever reason, his coaching, Phil Long, was offensive coordinator. He knows the plays to call to beat Miami. He's done it 3 years in a row, and he's got an even better quarterback now than the guy they had for 3 years prior. And I think that's going to be the difference. I think they're just going to be out talented and beat by a better team tomorrow.
What do you expect? Do you expect Josh Gaddis to adjust anything to help Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to go more spread. I think you will see more spread. You'll probably see some more up-tempo than they've run in the past. But I also still expect them to run the football. I don't think it's going to be, that much of a difference. Now, will they take some more shots? Yeah, they'll take some more shots.
I have no problem running the football, but I do have a problem that you don't add more spread to it and make him a little bit more comfortable with what he can do. Now, then again, listen, man, if receivers are going to drop passes, and it doesn't matter what offense you run, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not on target and you're not catching passes, it doesn't matter whether you spread or you run, traditional or whatever. But you got to bridge the gap somehow. And I just want to see a little more coaching to get more out of these guys. I get it, man. You're limited. You don't have what you need to get everything done, but let's put it this way. It's like A View to a Kill. Okay.
Right.
Roger Moore gets to the house. He's with the blonde babe. And, he goes into the refrigerator and there's nothing there. But somehow or another, he comes up with a delicious souffle, and then all of a sudden, he won her over, and Roger does what Roger does all the time, because that's what 007 does. So I want to see Mario Cristobal and Josh Gaddis go into an empty refrigerator and come out with a souffle. That's all I'm asking.
I think they will. I think there's going to be improvement on that side. I expect them to play better. I think, unfortunately, this is more about the Jerrys and the Joes and who's really committed to helping this team win and playing with all their heart consistently, not getting in the gutter the moment things turn the other way. And that's what I want to see more than anything else is how much heart do these guys show up with? Do they fall behind 7-14-0 and just wilt? And if that's the case, then to me, there needs to be a complete roster purge.
Yeah. And you don't get Tanya Roberts at the end.
No.
And that's just,
no.
Really? Kind of.
And we should all get Tanya Roberts at the end, right?
We should all end up with Tanya Roberts at the end. That's just the way it goes. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Catch his work there at The Athletic. And better yet, subscribe. All right? Support him. So subscribe, find out about your Canes, breaking news, recruiting, players who are pissed off, players who are, transferring, all that good stuff. Get it all at The Athletic. Manny, we will talk tomorrow, my friend. I appreciate you.
All right, brother. Talk to you after the game.
You got it. There you go. The great Manny Navarro. Appreciate him as always. Remember, Canes wear, they've got anything and everything with the Canes logo on it. Okay? Everything. I don't know if they have a toilet seat yet, but if there is one, they've got it. They'll find it. Anything. Pretty much. You name it. It's got a Canes logo. Go 2511 South University Drive in Davie. Get your Inter Miami playoff gear, baby. You know that if they win on Sunday and the Red Bulls lose, they will have a home game because they will move up to the 4th spot. So we got to hope that the Red Bulls lose to Charlotte and that Inter beats Montreal. Montreal is not going to be easy, but Montreal has nothing to play for. It's a beauty. And so if they win, there you go. You might have a home game. You can go buy your kits there, man. The Heat season starting. Buy your jerseys there. Panther season starting. Buy your stuff there. Come on, man. Marlins gear, probably on clearance. Get on down there, 2511 South University Drive. Or if you live anywhere in the country, or maybe in the world, go to caneswear.com. I don't know about the world, but I know inside the United States, free shipping when you order over $99. So there you go, caneswear.com. That's your Canes where Miami Hurricanes report.